How has another week gone past? I don't know. Hello everybody, this is Emma back in my studio. Where else would I be on a dreich sort of Monday morning? We've had lots of lovely sunshine over the weekend and all the flowers are starting to come out in the garden, and it's just, you can hear it in the birds that it's starting to be springtime, and that's just lovely. And it's been very peaceful over the weekend. My husband's been out cutting his willow because he's got somebody needing to buy some this week. And I have just been, I don't know, what did I do over the weekend? I did all sorts of unexpected things. I actually edited a film on Saturday, and I don't normally work on a Saturday. And I cleaned the house on Sunday, and I don't normally clean the house on a Sunday, but I just got the urge to do these things. So I tune into my intuition. My top secret is listen to your intuition, because it knows best what you really need to be doing. So there you go. And if you're not into all that, that's fine. But I find it just makes my life so much easier these days. I just say, well, what shall I do today? What activity do I want to be in the house? Do I want to be in the garden? Am I going to get on with this today? So this morning, honestly, choosing to do a film for you for next week is just hilarious, because I've absolutely got no idea. And then I thought, well, actually, that could be the theme of this week's video: what to do when you've got absolutely no idea. So I'm actually kind of filming a week ahead this time, because I've got a commitment next Monday, so that means I can't do my editing. I normally do kind of a bit of filming on a Monday and some editing on a Monday, and I can't do that next week. So I thought, well, I better get ahead. So this is me planning ahead. So please forgive me, but I am ahead of myself this week. But the theme of what to do when you're stuck is just very honest. It's coming right from me right now, because I'm part way through the piece that I'm working on for my exhibition. I'm not showing you that just at the moment, because I think I kind of want to keep that under wraps until it's finished and up in the exhibition. I think that's quite nice, but I will take you along with me on all of the other pieces that I'm going to be making, and I don't know what they are yet either. So what I've got out is my favourite go-to standby thing, which is when I'm stuck and I'm not wanting to work in a sketchbook or something like that, which is a real kind of procrastination, if you like. I've just got myself a nice box of fabrics. Some of them are the ones that I've had for the last project, for the last sampling, and but I've added some other colours in. I've got some really strong purples, I've got some pinks, I've got some lovely textured stuff. I don't know if you can see that. This is a scarf, I think, and it looks like somebody's embellished it. And this is I think this is a slip or a nightie or something. It's lovely shiny fabric. So yes. So I don't even know, because I'm filming ahead of myself, I won't even know what your comments were on my samples. So I apologise for that, but I will come back to you on those if you leave me any comments about that. I will come back to you either in the comments, or if appropriate, in my next video following on from this one. How confusing is that? No. Not confusing at all, she says. So really, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to play with my embellisher again, because I do find that helps, because it kind of blends fabrics and mashes things, and it changes things, so it makes things a bit more exciting. If you haven't got an embellisher, that's fine. You could just be cutting up your fabrics and playing around with them and seeing what comes from that. It just kind of gets you out of this head that's, I came in thinking, what on earth am I going to do today? And it kind of gets you away from that panicky feeling, that sort of stressy feeling. It goes into, well, actually, I'm already doing something. And once you're already doing something, then the magic can just come and flow in, I find. So I hope that works for you anyway. So I think we'll take this fabrics over to my embellisher. I've got some scraps here, bits I had cut out from the previous project. So I've got little bits of calico here. I've got some, this is my favourite cotton curtain interlining fabric, which I find so useful for embellishing. So I think we'll just cut some squares out of these two, and we're just going to play. I'm not even really thinking, oh, I'm going to make a sample. I'm not even going that far. I'm just going, well, I'm going to start doing something, and then I'm going to see what comes next and what happens and where that takes me. Because I think it's almost like a magical process. Seriously, guys, if you haven't found this yourselves, try it and see, because it's as though you take yourself out of the thinking, because you're just playing, and then somehow your thoughts just start going, oh, but what if you put that with this? So let's get going, and we'll see where that takes us. Oh, I always forget to say thanks so much for being here. It's absolutely brilliant. It makes my day when I get a comment or I just come in here to do my videoing. This is part of what gets me going, actually coming and making a video. So thank you for being here. See, look at that lovely pattern on it. We'll see what the embellisher does with that. So I'll just cut the sleeve off. You get so much material from clothes. It's just crazy, really. You know, I might pay, I don't know, £3 or £4 these days for a shirt or a blouse. I actually haven't been to a charity shop for a while, so the prices may have gone up. But, you know, for as far as I'm concerned, that's good value because I get so much out of it. And you get so many different ways of using it, you know. So actually, I think I might do something a bit different here. Let's just have a little play. Play with something slightly different. I know I usually do just long lines, but maybe we'll do something different today. We'll try something different. So the other thing that's useful to have is keeping your scraps. When you keep your scraps from any project that you do, you end up with this sort of treasure trove of things that you can then look through and say, well, and obviously you might not have large pieces of the same fabrics, but you can be using lots of scraps together. It just gives you a chance to look through and go, oh, actually, I'd like to use some of that, or I'd like to use some of this. It might be the only piece you've got of it, but you can make the most of it, or you may find that you've got some of it somewhere else in your stash. Obviously, you may not have as big a stash as I've got, but you might have an even bigger one for all I know. I don't know. Confession time, eh? So it's really quite useful to look through, and you can be inspired just by looking through a little bag like this, I think. You don't even have to get your bigger boxes out, assuming you've got bigger boxes, that is. So that's what I've just kind of been doing, is I've gone through there a little bit and I've pulled out some extra bits and bobs. And there might be some more bits that get added in. I've got sort of slightly stronger colours, slightly brighter colours than last week in some aspects. And the curtain interlining, we shall just chop up into a little shape. Let's cut that into a little shape to use and see what happens. I don't think I'll use the calico today. We'll just use this today. So let's see what we're going to do. I think we need to chop things up a little bit more. Am I going to go that way or that way? And what am I going to start with? Where shall I start? Is that the same as that? Yes, that's the same as that. Let's just put a piece on and see where it takes me. As I say, raggedy edges are most welcome. Little bits, because once you start embellishing, in fact, I'm not even, am I going to lay them out? Do you know what? I'm not even going to lay them out. I was going to lay them out and pin them, but I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to sit with my embellisher and just scop the bits of fabrics on. That's another technical term, scopping on your fabrics, and just see what happens. I really want this to be a totally free sort of exercise, if you like. So let's go and do that. Let's move things around, get my embellisher out. Okay, so I've got my little piece of scrappy fabric, I've got my piece of curtain interlining, and if you haven't come across this machine, it's an embellishing machine or an embellisher, a needle felting machine. This one's by Baby Lock, and in here are 12 very pointy sharp needles, and they're going to push the fabric through for me. You see, that's already starting to change what's going on, which is really nice. Not controlling it. Just going to scop a bit of this on. See what happens. I don't know whether I'm wanting to do stripes. I'm just playing and having some fun. An embellishing machine is such a joy because you can really just play with it. Put a bit of that on as well. Maybe have a bit of that shiny stuff. some things are a bit see-through, so you kind of have to put something underneath and think about what colour is going to come up from underneath if you've got a transparent piece of fabric. And it's also thinking with an embellisher what sort of texture you might like to create, because it does such fun things. And if you don't like what you've put on, you can just pull it off like that. It's so easy. And then, you know, when you've got all your fabrics down, that's when you take it to your sewing machine and you do some free machine embroidery, which is lovely. And that's a bit dark. I think we'll have some of this on. A bit of this pale pink would be nice, I think. Let's put a bit of pale pink on here. Perhaps a bit more grey. A bit more grey would be nice. Oh, I was going to try this, wasn't I? I was going to try out this and see what happens with this. Let's put a line of that across there and see what happens. So it kind of scrunches the pattern up so that it gets it kind of smaller and more intense. And you could then be adding other things on top of there. You could put a piece of that down the middle of there. Let's put a bit of shine on there. So you can embellish it all down really, really flat, or you can be scooping back a little bit and leaving yourself with some nice raggedy edges if you wanted a really textured surface. And, ooh, I think we'll pop a bit of that in there, do you think? Let's just cut that up a little bit. In fact, I might just lift those back a little bit. You see, look, you can lift that back a little bit and I can pop that underneath there. I'm liking that with the pink, I have to say. I'm kind of liking the softer colours, I think. That's got a really long bit on there. Let's chop that off. Let's chop that off. I'm liking that movement on there. What could I put up here? I'm not so sure about that really dark colour. I think I might just take that off. I don't think I like that very much. I'm going to be reckless and take it off. Right, I'm going to have something else in there, but I don't know quite what. Ooh, this nice little piece of organza. This is going to go tiny, I should think. Let's see what it does. Put it down the edge of there. And then we can move you in closer to that so you can really see what it's doing. You can see how beautifully that's scrunched the middle of that, but left these lovely fluffy edges. Really like that. As I say, it wasn't a very big piece, and organza does really, really shrink down. It really does. So I think we'll have a little bit more of this lilac-y colour down here. Don't know why, no idea. Not thinking about it, just picking the fabrics and going, do I want this on here or not? Just chop that. And to cut that off a little bit because it's dangling around a bit, getting in the way. In fact, the other thing I was going to do, actually, let's just move it around a bit. I was going to, ooh, just a moment, I've dropped it, hang on. Bear with. Lucky I've hoovered in here, because if I pick that off the floor normally, it will be covered in fluff and goodness knows what. So I'm going to just trim that down a little bit. and play a game with this one. I'm going to put that in the middle of there, and I'm just going to embellish in the middle. See what it does. Okay, nothing very exciting, but it's kind of embellished the middle for me. And if I was to take another bit of something, ooh, what have I got here? Ooh, a nice bit of bling. Can I put that in the middle? No, that's too much. Ooh, a bit of lace on there. No, I think what I'm after is a little bit more. Bit of this. Maybe I'll just put a bit of this on then. I know it's going to go very small, but it might just do the job. So it's a little tiny piece of silver organza, and I'm just going to put it in the middle of there, just because I can. Oh, that's looking so pretty, so pretty. And I'm just having such a nice time. And to be honest, the weather's a bit dreek out there, so I think I'm quite happy being in here, just playing around. It's getting towards lunchtime, but I will carry on until I've sort of found something. I think that will be too pale for there. What about, oh, I haven't used this yet. That's quite dark. I think that's a bit too dark for there. Yes, I'm not sure about that one. I think we'll put that one back in the box for another session. I think I've got a piece of this nice pinky. This is a lovely pinky lacy stuff that's got a bit of texture on it already, which I really rather appreciate. So we'll just pop that on there. And we'll have a little bit more of this lovely sort of organza stuff. And there, it's a nice bit of edge. There's some gaps, but I'm not worried about the gaps. Oops, no, I've got my needle stuck. Let's pull them out. Sometimes, don't worry, but your fabric can get a little bit stuck, a bit like on your sewing machine. If you're using something kind of quite soft and flexible, it can get a little bit stuck where the needles go through, but don't worry about it, just gently pull it out and you'll be fine. I'm going to put a little bit of this up here, just a little bit up here. Now then, I think I might do a little row of those. Let's get a little bit more of that fabric. I think a little bit more bling. I'm after a bit of bling today. I think I need some light on the situation. It's hard to film some days because the light just goes and it's difficult to judge what it's going to do really. And I can fiddle around a little bit in the editing, but I don't really like to put too much fiddling into my videos. I like to keep them fairly clean. So I'm just going to put a bit more of that on. I'm feeling a bit like I'm getting something here. I'm getting something. I don't know what it is. Well, okay. So here we are. Little sample, little bit of fun. Let's just cut that edge off. Do you know what? I really think this is really cute. I've got absolutely no idea what it's for, in inverted commas, but I've had a really nice creative time doing it, and I've even got some really nice scraps still to go at. You know, one scraps are never too small for using on an embellisher really, and they're just lovely to have. I just love having them around and looking at them. A nice little basket like this is just so inspiring. So I don't know what that's for, but I've really enjoyed it, and what I've got out of it actually is doing these little circles, and I've no idea again whether that's going to take me somewhere. But the important thing was that I got started and had a go, and as I went along I was choosing colours, I was choosing, you know, what to put where, I was choosing kind of big bits, little bits to overlay, and bits to cut, as I say, into circles. So I think that's been quite interesting. Nothing's ever wasted. I think that's really pretty, and it might well take me into the next thing, but we'll find that out next time. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for all your lovely support. Don't forget, if you enjoy the video, do leave me a like, because that helps other people try and find us when they're looking for something nice to be doing, because the world's a little bit crazy and it's very nice to be here and be peaceful. So I hope you will all have a peaceful, creative week, and I will see you again very soon in my studio. Bye for now.